right, are we in?
We are in. We're going to recap this big sports weekend.
It was a big sports week.
We had UFC, we had golf, we had Super Bowl. Where do we begin in this?
The only sad thing is it's all come to a close.
Yeah.
And the results. I wasn't super stoked about all the results.
Did anyone do really well in the betting? Because I'll admit I forgot most of the choices I made. I remember the coin flip and things like that, but did anyone do really well?
No.
Okay.
No one crushed it, but
we all bet pretty Philly heavy
things.
Yeah.
So let's start with our disappointments before we get into the Super Bowl. Let's go in sporting order.
Okay.
So UFC was my Saturday, and I don't know how you guys felt about it, but Volkanovski, I thought he had it.
Got screwed, I heard.
Yeah.
According to all my analysts over at Joe Rogan and Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen and a fourth guy that I don't know. Who was
Eddie Bravo.
Yeah. According to them, he got screwed.
It was a sick fight. But seems like, most people are like, you can probably give it to Islam, and it's fine.
It was fair enough.
Yeah.
Or it was close enough that there was no bad call.
Screwed isn't the word. Yeah,
right.
yeah. I mean, it could have gone either way.
But
it didn't go the way I wanted to. Because
end,
I've met Volkanovski, and I had skin in the game.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But the fifth round was, like, so good. After that, I was like, I thought he won. I think that's why a lot of people, because that fifth round was, like, such a high to close it out for Volkanovski, and that's the last thing you remember.
I often say in sports, like a baseball game or something, when it's real close play at first base, or if there's like a interesting call in the pitching zone, if it's close, I'm like, you can't really complain if it's close, because it's a hard call.
Yeah.
You can't go, that's ridiculous. No, it wasn't. It was very, very easy to.
Part of the game.
It was that close that it means it's not a bad call. It could be the wrong call, but not a bad call. All right, so that was disappointing.
So that one hurt a little, but yeah, hell of a fight, and I did.
Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah, I do have to agree. It's like it was just great to see a fight like that, and I'm sure they'll run it back again some point in their careers.
What?
So.
How much skin did you have in the game? You said you bet on it?
Well, I have a really good Alex Volkanovski card that's a 1-of-1, and so I mean, if that one would have popped, that would have left him at the #1 fighter in the world, and yeah, it would have been it probably doubled the value of that card, I think.
Nice.
It's the only 1-of-1 I have, so that's like my little chip out there.
Yeah.
Like, all right, this is my 1-of-1. We'll see how the value goes up and down. That and my
your
Kamzat card.
NFT.
Oh,
yeah.
The only thing with the rematch is I could see it where there's a thing like Max Holloway and Volkanovski 2, like super close or whatever, and then the fight after that was kind of a blowout. I could see it a thing where it's like, Islam, a couple more title defenses under his belt, then fights Volk again, and it's just like he's figured it out now. He's like settled in as a champ, and then that's the only thing. But it would be a fun fight to see again.
Yeah.
It'll probably happen again if it was very close.
Yeah.
Except they're from two different divisions, so they could just part ways and never. But I think Volkanovski's too competitive. So.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have too much left to do in 45. There's like one other guy that you could fight, maybe two, and then what? He doesn't have to, but he's probably going to move up.
They should make a video game of these UFC guys that's actually like cartoony or more like Mortal Kombat style, where it's like it's the side scrolling.
Like WWE Legends, where they're like doing these super uppercuts.
Yeah, but WWE Legends is still in the square. It's still kind of 3D, if you will. But like if it was just like a fighting like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat format, but each UFC fighter is like all exaggerated. He has like a move that you could do. He's got all these different skins. You could be young Connor. You could be new Connor. You could be... Wouldn't that be fun?
I think so.
Yeah, they have a UFC game, but it's really detailed.
Yeah, it's like NBA
detailed.
2K. It's the exact same thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where it's like, hey, let's just see something where we can get drunk and beat the shit out of each other, like Smash Bros.
You got the bar of that'd be fun.
And all the street games, like NFL Street and NBA Street, they kind of dumbed down. They were the anti-Madden in some regards of like, let's keep this still like easy console game instead of like really tailoring your playbook and thinking of way too much stuff. It's like, no, let's have smash buttons and turbo and all the extra bullshit. How cool would it be like
if you had like a Mortal Kombat style kind of like tournament for like a UFC game? It'd make people learn these fighters, I kind of
I like to feel like I'm a coach though. That's the realism.
Well, it's not like going to replace the games you like of UFC. It's just like it'd be a good idea.
Maybe
a new
like
genre.
It could really point out people's personalities too. Like, you give it to like a Bryce Mitchell, and then you're like, no, look at this country good boy.
Hay bales at him.
Yeah,
silly stuff like that. Things that you wouldn't be able to do in these things that are really realistic. Kind of fun. All the different settings you could have them fight in.
Let's pitch it.
You're going back to their hometown. You're like fighting like out behind his barn, or he's in Russia.
Very Street Fighter like.
That one guy that wrestles the bear, like you're out in the snow wrestling.
the
Like
bears
that's
are in the
his
background.
setting. There's just so many fun things.
His fatality move. Bear comes out and rear naked chokes you.
What's
he
that
turns
little
into
guy?
a bear and
Could be like an unlockable
Hasbulla?
character. Hasbulla. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's so many more creative opportunities that the realistic game doesn't give you. You know.
Yeah.
I like this.
That would be fun.
All right.
This is more of the arcade stand-up game, I think.
It's very arcade.
Yeah.
That's why Mortal Kombat is still the champion in fighting games. Like it's they've so committed to a style. So I was disappointed with the Super Bowl.
Yes. Do we want to go there first, or we want
Just
to go
the
golf
finish.
first?
I'll talk about golf after the Super Bowl.
Let's do
right.
Super Bowl.
The only thing I was disappointed was the last 2 minutes.
It made it was like such a fun game, and then that kind of like, oh, this is how it's
Take
ending.
a knee, take like 2 knees.
I wanted to see the Chiefs have to play defense.
Yeah,
I wanted
yeah.
to see that be a no call on the pass interference. I wanted that to be a no call.
Kick
Them
the
kick
field
a field goal, and then have to play defense for like 90 seconds.
Yeah, give Jalen
Again,
Hurts a chance.
Yeah,
That would-
we'll
yeah.
see how that goes. And then that's some dramatics, and that brings it down to the wire.
Maybe we get
And a memorable
overtime.
Super
Taking
Bowl,
a
but-
knee is so boring.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like as soon as that play happened, you were
Everyone-
just like, oh, that's the game.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's not fun.
Yeah.
It did seem like a weird pass interference call too. I mean, like,
You and the internet agree.
yeah. I mean, technically, I guess he touched him, and per the
There was
rules,
a little tug, I guess, but
You got to let them play
yeah. No,
in a big game like
you
that.
don't make that call. And
Yeah, you're deciding the Super Bowl with that call.
Yeah.
You know that. Like,
Yeah.
this is, if I make this call, this is the game. It's over.
And it wasn't egregious enough to make that
yeah,
call,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But
And I don't think with the ball where everything ended up, I don't think he was going to get to any of that anyway.
to our loyal
he put,
loyal subscribers and listeners, we made all these little bets.
Yes, we did.
And so the first one
Do you have the master, Mike?
I
was
do
the
have the
national
master.
anthem being over 127 seconds, which I don't know. Is that 5 minutes?
It
What's
was under.
127 seconds. Oh, it was under.
That's
It was
2
under.
minutes and 7 seconds.
Actually, before we get into this, let's talk about this real quick. How much shit do we need before the Super Bowl?
Yeah, that's true.
We got a Babyface out. No, we had a black lady sing like all lift our voices, right? That was the
Black
thing
national
with the
anthem?
sign language person. Then Babyface came out and played with the sign language person. He sang some other patriotic song, and then the country guy sang with a lip sync person or hence ASL person the national anthem. Then you have the Walter Payton segment. Then you have the honorary captains for the coin toss. Then you had that guy that almost died for the Buffalo Bills. They come out, give him a moment.
yeah.
Go, hey, good for this guy. Am I missing it? There was so many segments.
You don't have to watch it.
I honestly didn't.
I
didn't-
wasn't saying I have to watch.
Yeah,
it.
I didn't
I
see
ate
much of
food.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is the eating food part. Like, forget all of this.
I know
Yeah.
that.
Technically, you don't have to watch any
But
of
they
it.
have
You
like
can just
4
eat
I'm
hours.
disappointed with
pregame.
the UFC finish. Well, you don't have to watch it. I know. I know I don't have to watch it. I'm just saying, like, I'm excited. I'm all jacked up. I put the TV on. It's like there's just so many things that made me think the football's next.
Yeah, they know that the TV, like people are gonna come early and the TV is gonna be on, so they got to fill up with
Yeah.
something, I guess, and like
Yeah, it was a lot of stuff.
give people their moment. But I didn't see. Yeah, I was kind of like in between conversation and eating, so I would just pop up and be like, "Oh, DeMar Hamlin."
Because like in wrestling, there's dark matches, is what they call them, and it's just like matches you didn't even know were gonna be on the thing. It's just they got 2 guys, and you go, all right. That's it. I mean, I guess they can't have like just a small football game before the game.
They
but-
could have.
Well,
flag
that's where in some sports and this is really silly, but they have like the little league games happening
Yeah,
and shit
something.
like that. You wouldn't mess up the field for the Super
Bring
Bowl over
in the
that.
The
puppy
field was
bowl.
already messed
Yeah.
up though.
You're already competing with the Puppy Bowl. Bring the Puppy Bowl in and just incorporate them. Just buy them out. Say, we're the Puppy Bowl. Or do your own Puppy Bowl. They can't
We're doing
copyright
corky races.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, something
And
to
it's on
bet
a
on
big
too.
tarp. And
Yeah.
so they can just roll that up, and when they piss and shit, they just
I
roll
mean,
up
American
the tarp.
flag tarp,
Yeah.
so it's patriotic too.
And then
They
you
can be
shit
shit
on
and
the
pissing on it. I don't know. Not a bad idea, but I was just thinking about all the poop and piss. The players can play on the American flag because, they're not pooping and pissing.
What?
Some of them.
Did you
Sidelines.
see that RG3 had to waddle into the locker room that one time?
They do. There's a great. You want to go on a deep dive on the internet because you'll be like, that's not true. But then you'll reveal, oh, Jeff wasn't making that up. There's a ton of times when linemen just piss. They're just like, they'll be on the sideline. They just piss.
Like,
They'll piss their pants. Like they'll be.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, because they're like, I don't have time to go back to the locker room.
Oh, yeah,
and this
that's
is
the
before
thing.
they had like the tents and stuff. Like Terry, I just explained it to Terry because I read it, and Terry's like, that's not true. And then I showed him the article, I showed him pictures, and he's like, I never did that.
Big 300-pound linemen trying to get out of these sweaty girdles.
Oh, and they're hydrated, like
Yeah.
Like a
constantly
fucking
during the
hose.
game, and they're exhausted.
They're already soaked from sweat anyway, so they're like, nobody knows. And it's like, you're yellow, dude.
That was a
We know.
shocking information for me to
You guys
hear.
are dehydrated.
Just pissing
I like it when
themselves.
they Mark Sanchez. I think it was Mark Sanchez ate like a hot dog on the sideline once. He got like mustard on like his side. So everyone was like, I think it was Mark Sanchez.
That seems very
dude,
Mark
like,
Sanchez.
what? Yeah.
Makes me like him. It's cool. It's a cool thing to do. Was he a pro or was this at USC? Is that how you...
He was a pro. I'm pretty sure it was
That's
Mark
really
Sanchez.
funny. Sideline hot
Yeah.
dog. All right, let's go through these things. So the first one was national anthem. I
Under.
said the over, and I was wrong.
I said under.
I took under, and it was under.
What will the coin toss land on? I lost that. I said heads.
Tails.
Tails. I'm 2 for 2.
I said
Nice.
tails. I'm one.
First touchdown of the game, Jalen
Jalen
Hurts.
Hurts.
Got that.
Yep.
Was he the first touchdown?
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
He also...
I thought he handed it off to.
No,
that
they
one
had
was
ran
called
it in.
back
Yeah.
to the
Oh,
1-inch
shit, I
line.
guess I looked
And
away.
then the center just
Yeah.
driving in.
He would have easily been Super Bowl MVP if he won because I think he had a record for the most
A rushing touchdown.
most
Yeah,
rushing
he had 3.
touchdowns.
How did I miss him scoring the first touchdown?
Well, you were probably playing grab
Because it was
ass
called
with some
back.
Croatian boyfriend of
was-
yours.
Playing touch butt
Touch butt.
with a Polish friend.
All right, which beer brand commercial will air first, Budweiser or Heineken?
I didn't even see a Budweiser.
Heineken was before, but Michelob Ultra was actually the first one.
Where were the Clydesdales?
None.
Yeah, they were not.
Bullshit, man.
Which snack company commercial will air first, M&M's or Doritos?
Doritos.
I
Did.
said
the,
Doritos.
with the triangle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
That was a good little.
Yeah.
It was cute.
Uh huh.
Halftime songs performed 8.5.
It was over.
Over.
Yeah.
Ugh, I lost
went
that. I mean,
under.
I'm doing terrible.
Me too.
I'm actually pretty good.
I only have one right so far. Okay, color of liquid poured on the winning coach.
Purple.
I turned it
It was
off.
purple.
Blue.
Because I was like, I didn't even see the end. I was like, ah, gosh dang it.
Shout out mom. She paid attention to a lot of these, and I got some text after the game saying,
Nice. Did she make some picks?
I don't know what her picks were, but she gave me the answers of the
Nice.
speeches. And team was the first one answered.
Who was the Super Bowl MVP?
Patrick
Patrick
Mahomes.
Okay, so,
So
I
Patrick
got
Mahomes thanked his teammates. So that covers 8 and 9.
not the city or fans first.
Oh, teammates.
Interesting.
And then no proposals that I'm aware of.
So I got all of them wrong except the first touchdown of the game.
You bet proposals? You thought there'd be a marriage proposal?
No, I said I knew they wouldn't. Oh no, yeah, I guess I got that right. Yeah.
I got
Two.
4 wrong.
What a lump
So
of
I got
shit.
6 out of 10. That's not bad.
Oh,
What'd you think? What'd you guys think of the halftime?
I liked it.
I liked it too.
I thought she looked very hot. I also didn't think she looked as big as all my friends were being. My friends were kind of being jerks about it. And I love my
pregnant.
friends. I'll support them. But they were like, she looks fat as fuck, dude. She's pregnant or something. Or she looks... They were being really
she
aggressive.
is pregnant, right?
She was
She
pregnant.
is pregnant.
Yeah.
But
also,
did anyone
I didn't
else
really notice it.
Did anyone else feel the moment of like, I can't be the one to say, hey, she's pregnant, right? Like I was like,
No,
I'm just
I
gonna
said
keep
it
that to
immediately.
myself. All right.
Oh, my friends felt comfortable calling her fat. They didn't... Like, I would... Pregnant, I would have preferred.
She was looking thick. She wasn't fat.
But I think she always kind of looks hot and... You know, like, I was
Yeah.
surprised that anyone was
She's
even
a
commenting on
voluptuous
it.
People
lady.
were saying she wasn't dancing enough. I was like,
Maybe I need
thought
a
she
new
was dancing
TV or
plenty.
something.
I just
That
don't
was
think
good.
it's safe for a pregnant lady to
You had
be
one of those
that
curved
elevated.
TVs, so she
Yeah, she looked fine.
she
No, but
thinner.
I think she looked very
it
sexy.
pinches at the waist.
I also liked that she... So this is going to be a weird breakdown. So she just looked so confident and sexy by just doing so little, and then really using all the choreographed dancers to like do what they do best. Like they were the stars. They were doing this whole
They
thing,
were
and they're all
crazy.
matched,
They
and they
were
looked
sticking
great.
their tongues out a little bit too much.
That was cool. It was like scissor me, daddy.
I didn't
Come
like
on,
it.
dude. So here's the thing. I thought it was so well executed to use the dancers that way. It was so cool.
Yeah, they were good.
It
They
looked
were good.
amazing, and then it would like perfectly complement like her. Instead of her trying to do choreography
swag. She had
and
swag.
getting out of breath, and then trying to do too much, it was so sexy and confident and cool. There was no like wardrobe change. It wasn't like some big. It was just perfect. I thought it was perfect.
And the floating things were.
It wasn't
that was really
overproduced or overdone. It
Yeah.
was just like, here's the music, here's the performance. No big cuts, no big shenanigans, no running to the other side of all this stuff.
Yeah.
No over the top set. It was,
and that fits
just
her
music.
too, because she's like confident and sexy. So it wasn't like, it didn't feel like desperate. Like, this is the performance, and this is.
And when did everyone become all of a sudden American Idol critics, breaking down like, well, I think they should have done this for this performance?
Yeah,
it's like
dumb.
you got to see a big free concert in the middle of the Super Bowl. Cool.
Yeah.
But just these critiques and breakdowns from people who don't know anything about it. It's like, okay, they decided not to spend $100 million on worthless stuff for 9 minutes.
Yeah, it's easy. Everyone wants to be like, oh, like, it wasn't that good for like a big thing that obviously was sick. It's like, or like, oh, this was bad. And I was like, no, it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad at all. Yeah,
it's like, oh, but they didn't bring out 7 LA West Coast rappers to be a big entourage thing. It's like, no, she just did her thing.
She
and left
did
it
her.
herself.
Yeah, she's the one who's booked.
Yeah.
Here's her show, and also like, if you think about, I don't know why I'm so obsessed with this, but like, there's so many great dancers, right? Like, in the industry of like Hollywood and these kind of things. She kind of made them the star. Like, in a way. Like, you don't know these faceless dancers, but they were all crushing it to make her look cool. It kind of looked like animals or something. Like a bunch of, like, ants or birds or something, like, working together. It was like, this is so cool.
Cohesive unit.
That was awesome.
I didn't notice it during the show, but I saw, like, a wide shot on a Sports Center meme of someone on one of the things, like, slipping for a second and falling, and then, like, standing back up on, like, the platform while it was way up in the air. Yeah, that's not the place where I want to have, like, a little stumble on the balance beam.
I don't know which guy said it on the Fox thing, if it was Strahan or Terry Bradshaw. Someone said it, but it was very funny. They were like, we learned tonight that she is not afraid of heights. She was like not strapped in. I mean, the platform's big enough that's probably why she felt confident, but a lot of people wouldn't feel
There's
that
that one point where it looked like it was
windy in Arizona, yeah. I guess if she falls, she's still got, the radius.
There's another platform under.
Yeah. But that was pretty cool.
Still far away enough.
Also, to look that sexy and confident when you're that high up, she's not making any facial expressions. Like, ooh,
Yeah.
So I heard, I don't know, was this the first time she's like performed in 7 years or something?
I don't know.
That's what I heard.
Maybe.
Who's your dream Super Bowl performance?
AC/DC.
That's pretty good. Mine be Daft Punk. Imagine the show they could put on. Because there's such, like, like, all those DJs are such showmen, with, like, the lasers and the lights and the colors. And Daft Punk never performs live ever, so it would be just kind of sick to see them at the Super Bowl.
My first instinct is to just go with the band I like the most, and it's like, I want to see Pearl Jam there. But as far as, like, showmanship goes,
yeah, they're kind of
like,
chill.
But that being said, if Eddie Vedder knows this is the Super Bowl and I have to bring that side of the catalog and I have to go hard...
And you love sports.
I'm sure Eddie Vedder can go hard, and I bet he's the type of guy who might even pull out a cover or two of other things just because this is the energy it needs. Like, they're Pearl Jam for a reason. Like, they're not gonna blow it out. But also, how cool would David Grohl do something? Just because he's done something with so many different people and has so many hits, and it's just fucking rock.
I'm surprised they haven't had Dave Grohl yet.
Yeah, because I figure for my generation at least, he's the closest thing to like a true like bona fide rock and roll Hall of Fame first ballot guy. Because a lot of people think like, oh, rock's kind of dead these days and that shit. No, like David Grohl's the man.
Grohl would
Didn't he have a commercial?
A big one about Canada. That was really good.
Yeah.
I didn't like a lot of the commercials. I could talk about that for 4 fucking hours.
Too much Canadian propaganda, though.
Oh, give me a break.
Give me a break.
What's wrong with the Canadian propaganda?
Because I looked into one of the claims, and maybe I didn't look in enough.
Yeah, that's probably more likely.
He was like, we started American football. According to Wikipedia, American football and Canadian football came up simultaneously together. So I don't know about that.
Interesting.
That was the big gotcha of that commercial.
They did put it in they put it in a commercial, so maybe someone did some more homework than you.
Maybe they did a little more research than Wikipedia. I would hope.
Yeah, I liked that commercial, and I also love Dave Grohl. But I feel like Dave Grohl, and this is not Jeff talking. I feel like this would be the internet talking. Is they'd be like, he's not famous enough, like to do. Like, because the way, like, Coldplay got no respect when they did the halftime show, I'm like, you don't realize how big Coldplay is? They're huge. And people were like, well, they should have had another person.
I think Coldplay is a little polarizing, right? I think everyone loves Dave Grohl. Who's ever said a bad thing about Dave Grohl?
People that only listen to hip-hop and stuff would be like, who is this? Like, who's Nirvana? Kind of like, they'd be like,
white.
Yeah, it'd be chill. It'd be like their way of, criticizing it, but I would love it. Dave Grohl's awesome.
Yeah.
So let's talk about these commercials.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say I want more halftime shows that titties pop out.
I know.
So
I mean, when you hear Rihanna's gonna do it, you want the Janet Jackson moment.
Yeah.
Even pregnant.
Yeah, those look good.
You could have breastfed.
Her boobs looked good. Those red breasts.
let's get some cards and a subject change.
Wait.
I will say that
commercials?
Okay, so listen to this. Does everything have to be a celebrity? Every commercial has to be some terrible cameo by a bad acting celebrity. It's all of it was so bad. Every commercial, and then it was sandwiched in between all these remakes. New Transformers.
That's what
New Scream. New Indiana Jones. New Fast and Furious.
I only saw the Fast and Furious. I thought the Fast and Furious one was like a spoof trailer for like a commercial.
Yeah,
I was
at
like,
first I did.
Oh yeah.
But everyone was like, no, it's real.
Every movie they're bringing back. Like Hollywood has just given up.
So my problem with the movie thing wasn't the movie trailers too. It was how many of the commercials were movie parodies. Like Serena Williams was
Cliffhanger.
in multiple different commercials. They weren't even for the same products. They were just parodying movies.
But they didn't even tip the hat to the movie. They just stole the shit.
Yeah. So there was one that was Caddyshack that was like, okay, why are we doing her in Caddyshack? This is strange. But then the other one was Remy Martin straight lifting a speech from Any Given Sunday. It's like, why is Serena Williams doing an Al Pacino monologue like it's an acting class? Like, this is a bad Hollywood
Terrible.
acting class.
She did bad at
I
it.
missed a lot of these commercials, I guess.
I was furious.
Well, this one was because the whole time it's like, I'm waiting for the funny. Like, I'm waiting for Pacino to step out and like do the last line and her be like, ha, or like waiting for that. And then it's like dead serious into camera, end of commercial. We just had a tennis player do a monologue about football.
It. Yeah, it was her butchering it.
I like the Ben Affleck Dunkin' Donuts.
That was pretty good.
What was so great about that?
I don't know. I just kind
He
of thought
was working.
It reminded me of like in Practical Jokers, like going in the drive-through and like being there.
Yeah. Isn't it funny he had a regular job? Yeah. And then J-Lo comes through like, Ben, what are you doing? And she's like, who writes these things?
We're all out of coffee.
Who pitched that? Wouldn't it be great if Ben Affleck's like working like a drive-through and someone's like, Dunkin', he's a Boston guy. He would probably the Dunkin' Donuts. And then J-Lo comes through and you're like, ugh, whoever wrote this should be banned from
You know what I could have done
industry.
without the Ben Affleck Matt Damon movie on
Complete opposite
Shoes.
side. I'm on the other side.
Well, it was mostly I just didn't like the wigs that Ben Affleck had. Kind of, I was like, "That's the wig."
Ben Stiller hasn't done shit for 10 years. All of a sudden, he's a commercial parodying all the things we.
Yeah.
Everything's like such an attempt at nostalgia or an attempt at like that's the celebrity from the thing. It was just like so gross.
Bradley Cooper's mom.
I'll watch the
Nike.
Nike. I'll watch the
I thought
Nike
Bradley
movie.
Cooper looked kind of bad.
Yeah, he looked awkward.
Yeah,
like
that-
he was like trying to fuck his mom or something. I was like he was flirting with this lady. Like
That's
right?
my
The
job.
Jesus commercial.
I liked those.
Oh, those were good commercials. I like.
You know what I
them.
like about those? So go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say I like them because when they start, everyone's like, "Oh, what is it? Nissan," and then they're like,
But that's what I like about it.
"Yeah."
Is it's nice to not be sold something, even if it is Jesus. You know, like it's like, oh, that was kind of nice. They spent all this money, and they're really just kind of being like, be nice,
Jesus.
get along. And I was like, for once, that felt kind of nice. Like to go, oh, there wasn't like it wasn't a pretzel ad, or it wasn't like a Breaking Bad parody to sell white cheddar Doritos. Or
Don't
whatever.
go down the rabbit hole of backlash of who's funding those commercials and what they're doing to certain
What's the
communities.
super church? Yeah, they're,
Oh, yeah,
they're
it's just-
buying it. They're paying for the ads, but they've spent millions, like some crazy amount. I love it. I think that's awesome.
You know what? I'll say it. I like Jesus.
Before we get
Me
into
too.
cards, did you see any of the Terry Bradshaw's been getting some heat?
No, I didn't. Let's talk about
Can I
it.
fill you in?
Yeah, let's see it.
No, it was just after the game, like he was on like the podium or whatever, and I don't have a problem with it. But when he called Andy Reid to come over to talk to him, he's like, "Come on, waddle over here." and then
People are mad at that, but it's hilarious.
and then he said, cheeseburgers on me tonight. Right, cheeseburgers on us tonight, and people are getting mad about it. I think it's funny. And like you gotta have to like understand like these are two guys who are like cut from the same cloth,
And
like,
they're
kinda
also
deal.
they're buddies. You
Yeah,
know?
and it's like Andy Reid is always like talking about cheeseburgers and
Terry's
stuff.
old. There's a grandpa saying this
Yeah.
shit. Like,
That's
you can't
great.
be mad at an old man.
Waddle over.
Yeah. Waddle over.
First off,
That's
I
genius.
would love to eat a cheeseburger with him. Okay.
Yeah.
Like that's not
That's
an
a
insult.
funny.
Jeff, how do we get Terry Bradshaw here for beers and cheeseburgers?
He would love to be here. It'd be the most wild episode you've ever had. Just trying to keep him contained is a real gift.
It's a tight room.
Real talent. Yeah, like if you can get him to sit in that chair, it'll be impressive. All right, that was fun Super Bowl talk. Let's crack some packs.
Let me get some football.
I want UFC.
So my buddy Aaron Marsh got rid of all of his Justin Fields cards.
Finally.
I hope he regrets it, Aaron.
Aaron's also hoping that Justin Fields, he's a huge Cubs or a Bears guy, so he'll also be happy if Justin Fields turns out to be great. He's just too worried about the risk.
It's the game we play.
These are pretty cool.
No more big picks.
Oh, I got Stipe.
Hey.
First card. Nice.
Looking forward to seeing him coming back this year. Feels like
Yeah,
it's been
hopefully
forever.
this summer. It has been over 2 years.
Ooh.
Or
Got a
just about 2
thicky.
years. I got a Yair Rodriguez.
New interim champion.
Yeah, 90 out of 199.
Ooh.
Red.
Oh, nice. It's a beauty.
It's freaking gorgeous, man.
Oh, we didn't talk about waist up. Oh gosh, isn't it crazy that I keep talking about how I'm always opening Seth Beer cards?
You got Seth Beer.
Seth Beer dual patch, or not dual patch, but dual relic.
That's super cool.
Got a nice little Figueredo My House.
That's the
Nice.
Welcome to my house.
Yeah, that's the song you got to think of every time.
Welcome to.
I got some Cowboys. I got Herschel Walker.
Nice.
What a guy. And then,
Dak Prescott won the Herschel Walker Award.
speaking of that, I got a number to 99 Dak Prescott.
Nice. What are the odds of that?
I held him in my hand like that for a reason.
But I mean, the same pack.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's a Cowboys pack.
Yes. So the waste management.
Yes,
I met
let's-
Joe Musgroves,
Yeah.
Ooh.
the pitcher for the Padres, and he's a big comedy fan. So he's like, "Let me get your number." I was like, "Yeah, take my number." I was like, very excited about that.
And
Big
And
guy.
answer my calls around spring training because we're coming through.
Oh, for sure, dude.
you were on the 16th hole and you saw the big
Saw
fan
the
fiasco.
big thing, yes, and I gotta say, it's a new Mariner, Teoscar Hernandez.
I don't know anything about this golf
Teoscar.
fiasco.
So what happens is, Waste Management is the biggest like golf tournament of the year. If you party and drink, it's like the most fun.
I only know it
People
because
go, they don't even
Mike's
watch
dad.
golf. You just go and it's debauchery and it's fun. It's awesome. All the most famous people come. It's like just a really good time. Like on Happy Gilmore, how they're like, this is turning into a crazy show. Like everyone's clapping. Like Happy Gilmore's presence on the opening
Yeah,
made it like
it's not.
this crazy college like environment. That's what Waste Management is.
Oh.
They make a golf tournament where like you're basically
It's the college football tailgating of golf.
okay.
And that's
you can
foreign
yell
to
at
golf.
the golfers. You can say whatever. It's pretty crazy.
It's the tournament where I put on the caddy thing and like, snuck around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so that being said, we're all sitting there, we're watching, everyone's drinking, or no one's really watching, but everyone's drinking. All of a sudden, you just hear people start cheering. This guy starts streaking. He's got like a mustache, got the big glasses, he has a mullet. He's wearing like small, like little, like Speedo kind of thing, and he's just booking it on the hole, on the main hole. And this cop is probably 10 feet behind him. He's booking it, but the cop's not putting it in high gear.
Yeah.
They're just like letting this guy get his cheers, get his whoops. And then the cop chases him. 3 other cops are behind that cop, probably 20 feet behind that cop. Guy jumps, belly flops into the pond. Everyone goes crazy. And he's going, he's whooping up the crowd. Well, the cop is like, hey, all right, it's over. Come over to I'm not getting in the water. And he's like, nope. And he just sits there, and all the cops are like, get over here. And he's like, no, dude, like, come get me. But they're all like, we're not taking our shoes off. We're not going to get in this pond to arrest this guy. And now a golf cart of sheriff's department are coming over. They got the big hats, and they're all going, we're not getting in. It was literally just like 25 cops all around the pond going, come on. And he's like doing backstrokes. I mean, he was in there for like 20-something minutes. He got up on the letters. He's like dancing on top of the letters that they have. The whole game's, everything's applause. People are losing their mind. Everyone's celebrating. It was so awesome. And It was like watching like a dad at the edge of the pool, like, just you're not gonna be as much trouble if you just get over it. I'm not gonna get in the pool. And he's just going, like it was such a funny exchange. And I was joking with my friends, like, it'd be funny unless like we watch that guy get shot. Like if the cops just like, all right, and we're like, oh god, I thought I was really enjoying that, and now we watched a guy die.
Well, you just gotta harpoon him in the leg so you can reel him in.
Paintball gun.
When we asked the cops too, because all the cops are like so chill that they really like the event because it is, for the most part, very harmless fun. You know, a lot of drunk people, yeah, but for the most part, nobody's fighting. It's like it's a fun time. And we were asking, we're like, how much is he gonna like? Is that gonna cost him? He goes, whatever it's gonna cost him, it won't be near what he just made from his buddies to go do that. And that was a really good answer because he's like, yeah, the most we're gonna do is we're gonna give him a drunken public citation, and then also he's banned from the event today at least, like he can't come back. But it was at like 4 something p.m. Everything, you know, most people start leaving around like 5 or 6, and I'm gonna do that. I thought it was great.
That's funny.
I want to wait until people forgot about that guy and do it a few years later.
Timestamp it.
Yeah, because it was so awesome. And also, I could get people to be like, hey, for $1,000, I'll go streak out there. All these rich guys at that event, they'd be like, sure. Like, I could get thousands. I'll make a profit doing it.
You have a DraftKings read
like
on
you're
your
going
back.
asking people to sign a petition and for you.
Also, I don't mind. Like, I want a mugshot. You know? I've been trying to get one for years.
That'd be a great like profile picture.
Mustache.
Yeah.
Although I don't want to sit in a drunk tank just in like some undies while I'm wet.
See, but if
Freezing
you don't
cold.
get drunk doing it, then
That's
and
true.
then you're just like,
I'm not
zero. I'm just crazy. I'm not drunk.
Just mental illness, baby. Woo.
Mental illness.
So sounds like that's a winning streaking situation. But if you go through the history of streaking, I wonder how many times people have gotten the short end of that stick.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I've never wanted to streak because I've heard, this is more myth than confirmed, that you're not allowed to come back to that stadium. I don't ever want to be the guy that can't come back to like PNC Park because I just got drunk one day and ran on the field.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Well, I want to go back there.
That would make sense to not allow someone back. But
Think of the
let me
worst.
tell you, top 5 places not to do it on the list is definitely doing it at the Indy 500 or any racetrack.
Oh,
Well,
God.
yeah.
So
That sounds bad.
my old man told me a story growing up of a person who tried to climb the fences there, and the old teabag got caught up with some other things in the wires of the fence.
You're kidding.
Yeah, so a guy kind of got caught up in.
Oh, I need cards.
Yeah, need cards. Yeah.
Give me football cards.
That
Yeah,
sounds
but-
terrible.
Yeah, don't try and climb wire fences naked, anyone. It's not a
He was
good
naked.
time.
If I ever streaked, I wouldn't be naked anyway.
No, you gotta have some. The Speedo's good. Some body paint. Do you want football?
I want UFC. I'm
Even
gonna
just
hit
like no
something.
shirt works, you know? It's like you don't have to be naked or nothing. I don't think I've ever seen a naked streaker.
I had a show in Ontario in a brewery, and I ran into a 12 Packs fan who came
In the wild.
specifically. He is from Ontario. He's a fan of the show, and he liked the brewery. He lives close by, and he saw them post a flyer, and he's like, "Wait, I watched that podcast." So he came like unprovoked or anything. I was like the first like
Unprovoked or anything. Like
yeah.
You were
That's the
threatening
first
people.
person I haven't had to bother to come to a show that's shown up for me.
I
It was
like
pretty
that,
cool.
Dude. What's his name? Shout out.
Well, I'm not gonna
I just
out
had a
him because
101.
I have some.
Nice.
I had a 101
Who is it? Peyton Manning?
of a legend Seahawk, Steve Largent.
Oh, nice. Steve Largent, one of the greatest Seahawks to ever live.
That's crazy.
Nice, dude. A 101, baby.
1 of 1.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds
Oh
like
my
this
gosh.
is a Jeff PC card.
Maybe.
Steve
mean-
Largent, dude. He's the best.
Wait,
This
I
is
passed
a-
you that, so actually I passed you the pack. So
This is a classics tribute.
Woo.
It's got a nice little look to it.
Yeah.
I
I
opened
mean, it
the
looks
base
super
card of
old
that.
school, but it has all this different timeless tribute in there written, and then down at the bottom where you can barely see 1 of 1.
I made
gonna
up
be
for
tough
my
to-
Volkanovski blunder.
Tough to top that one. I was gonna get excited and show him that I hit this Kaikar France Black over here. It's
That's
not
a
one
cool
of-
card, though.
Not a 1 of 1. It's a of 39, but pretty
Still
pretty
fucking
pimpy.
Cool. I like.
I got a 9
the
of
black
10.
on these cards look
Nice.
really nice.
Eric
Yeah.
Ezukanma,
Okay.
Ooh.
tight end or wide
Have you guys
receiver.
seen these UFC My House cards? You know about
Yeah,
these?
that was one we just held up over here too. They're sweet.
Israel Adesanya.
Oh,
Yeah, Izzy.
And then
He's
I
got
also
a big
got
one coming up.
My House of Brock Lesnar.
Oh, hey.
Pretty cool. And then Masvidal. I don't know if that's
Jorge, he makes his own one of ones. By that I mean he takes his cigar and he burns cards of his enemies, and then he's like, "This is a one of one now."
That's
and
great.
People like buy that
course.
card and want it because it's special.
It's the only one he burned up.
Colby Covington, ha
Got a
Shogun Ryu.
Ooh, he just retired.
Matt Stafford Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Shogun Hua is. We won't get roasted in the comments.
Yeah,
Jeff
yeah.
doesn't watch UFC like the rest of
Curtis.
us. Yeah, Curtis was just in the studio recent.
You might have performed for his siblings. His brothers and father are Chicago policemen.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I like that. And then Anderson Silva.
Hey.
You got some good some names in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched him break his leg once.
Yeah.
Ouch.
That fight hurt. Just watching it was like, ooh.
This is the second one of one I've ever seen.
That's so crazy.
Nice.
Nice work, dude. Hey, so I was gonna say, this is something that I might have said. I've definitely said before, but I don't know if I've said it on here. Is I have a big pet peeve with so when people streak, right, when they run across the field, I like when they get tackled by the staff or security or the cops. I like it as much as anybody does, but I also don't think it's appropriate. It's like, come on, dude. You did, like that's not a pass for you to hurt that guy.
Sometimes you can see there's a little like he's been waiting for it to hit him hard.
A good hit's a good hit, though.
I know, but like it seems inappropriate. Like this guy's just drunk. He's served a bunch of alcohol. He's a jackass, right? We got to get him off the field. You don't need to hit him. Like it seems over aggressive.
But they also like the guy in the pool. They don't listen if like
You don't get stern.
they don't.
You can grab him. You can tackle him. You don't have to like all out four guys just go rah, they get on him with their knees like that. So
No, I look at
grab
it.
him under the arm
they
and
get
shake him a little
so
bit.
aggressive with.
I look at it the way same play it's on the field. Like if you tackle him like a play on the field, cool. There's no after the play everyone jumps on top and piles on. Like that's foul.
Yeah.
You don't get to do that.
But you've seen that before,
but if
right?
you
Where
get
they
to-
all come over and they like on
Yeah,
time. It's like,
but now
take it
people don't
easy.
even really want to touch guys because they're so. It's like, oh well, if I lay him out, I'm going to get sued by the drunk guy who just got laid
Sure.
out on the field. So
that's good.
so it's. I think you should get to tackle him if he doesn't listen over and over and over, and you're the security guard. Someone's eventually going to have to tackle or rodeo this guy down, or because the show has to go on.
Because I've even seen in football games where the guy comes out in the field and then they kind of security's coming from all angles, so he doesn't really have a route that's very obvious. So then he's just kind of like this with the shirt off, getting the cheers, and like he's
and
so
then
in the
they go
moment.
and come
And then they
hard.
still just jack him, and you're like, "Jeez, that guy."
See, recently I haven't seen them actually jack him at the end of that. I see them surround him, and then they're like, okay, buddy, let's go, because I think it's
They
so
don't even
worried about
televise
a
it anymore.
lawsuit.
I'm just talking about like YouTube videos.
I'm a
Like, just
proponent
watching
of
YouTube.
the paintball him.
Oh,
That kind of sounds
George.
like fun.
That's terrible.
No,
That
paintball
would be-
doesn't hurt that much. It would be fun and be like a good like, kind of like
It's
test
a
your, test your
lesson.
aim.
But the way I feel about the paintball is you're never gonna like break a bone or get a concussion from a paintball. So hey, you fucked around and you found out.
Yeah.
Those are the rules. We get to have a little bit of fun and shoot
Yeah.
you with paintballs.
Maybe they should hire American Gladiators, ex-American Gladiators,
the
just to
Q-tips.
work every event.
big
They've got
Q-tips.
tennis ball guns and stuff like that.
Well, it's just
Forget
like
security.
it's just like assault.
Get the guy
So
with the
Nitro's
the
coming
t-shirt
for ya.
gun.
in between every quarter now, if you want to be a streaker, here's your moment.
Yeah.
You have to get from that side to the little thing, and the first person to hit the button without getting smoked by nitro
That'd be
gets the
amazing.
That'd be
t-shirt.
sick.
But you got to get off the field in time for the next quarter.
Oh,
Don't
it'd be
delay
am-
the
we
game.
could
put
I would
notes
love
on
if
the
they
field.
incorporated stuff like that.
Free beer for the first guy to get in here and hit the button. Everyone else, if you get lit up with the paintball, we're
Yeah.
sorry.
Also, you get fined, so they start collecting money off of it. Oh, it'd be
Yeah, I
sick,
like
bro.
How much does a minor league sports team cost? Maybe we could put some of these ideas into.
Like the entire team?
Well, we just have to write a letter to Savannah Bananas and see if they'll implement it. They seem like the guys who play fun. Jeff, that seems like another place we got to get to this summer.
What's
you
that?
and Savannah Bananas.
Oh my God! You think this will be the year? I got to be more famous. I would love it.
no.
Well, I'll reach out to him, see what
Well,
we can do.
I mean, you're going to MLB games already.
I know that I'm throwing the
and
first pitch for the Cubs this year. That's gonna happen.
I have to go to that one.
Yeah,
then.
for sure. It's
Yeah.
gonna be awesome. And then I got some other baseball stuff that'll be exciting. Like for spring training, they're gonna let me play in a game, but not like a real game. So the pitchers and catchers report before everyone else, and so Zach's like come down. These young guys love your comedy and shit. They want to meet you. We'll put you in full uniform. You get to play like in a little, impromptu game that I'm like, fuck yeah. It'd be amazing, dude.
That sounds
so
fucking
exciting.
great.
Yeah, we'll put you in there at catcher.
Oh. Oh, God. No, that'd be so terrible. But just taking major league pitches is going to be awesome.
I feel like catching for a pro might not be terrible if they're throwing straight fastballs.
I would hate that.
I don't know.
So
warm up
fast.
fastballs, but you're in the gear. I don't know. Warm up fastballs in the gear, I wouldn't be terrified of. The second someone wants to throw something that's going to move.
Oh, yeah. Well, and also not to mention, I don't think I've ever even put on the gear once to catch it in like junior high or high school. I never had catcher's gear on. I've never been behind the plate.
Yeah, I'm a big guy. Everyone at one point in time was like, maybe he's a catcher.
Yeah,
Not a lot of running
Catcher or
around.
first base.
Yeah, first base was the one. I didn't want to wear that gear. I was a pussy. I didn't want to take those balls off the
First
shin
base
and
gets
stuff.
It's a lot
so
on your
much
knees.
action in the game that's so not important.
Yeah. Just,
Because you get to catch all the
Yeah.
time. You get, they're always coming to you. It's like, I loved that about first
I
base.
would say growing up, it was important, though, because so many kids had different levels of being able to throw to where, like, most of the time, if it's hit to Kyle at shortstop, it's a nice lazy, I'm catching it, but someone else is throwing it to me. Oh, no.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like,
You gotta-
it gets the
yeah.
most action that isn't like that hard, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Like pitcher, that's a lot of pressure. Catcher, Jesus Christ, that's tough. Like shortstop's not getting as much action when we're in regular like elementary school. First base is
shortstop
getting
gets
a
a
lot.
ton of action, I think, too. I think I'd like to call it action versus cardio scale of first
Okay,
baseman.
yeah, just
yeah,
chill.
if the cardio versus action, you
yeah.
get an awful lot of action for very few steps. Me and Big Poppy David Ortiz over there, we know how to hold down the corner. You could put some seeds in the back pocket. Like you can really start a whole little concession stand at first base.
Yeah,
Like,
the level of baseball I played is that like nobody was even catching grounders for the first like fucking 5 seasons. So like shortstop might have had alleged action, but they was not catching shit. It's all going by him and just chasing.
as long as you put the bat on the ball, I was like,
You got it. Yeah, you got through the infield. Yeah, exactly. Like I remember, like pop flies. I would catch every pop fly, and they're like, "He's really good." It's like, no, these are like routine fly balls. Everyone just sucks. That's what's going
I'm
on.
from the Midwest. We all had fathers who were vicariously living their days through us.
Oh gosh, I'll be that dad if I ever.
My
have a
dad
kid.
coached everything, and it was great.
Baseball.
And he never like embarrassed me or had any of like these weird mannerisms that some other people's dads had. I remember playing on the team, and we all hated this one kid's dad who wasn't a coach, but he would always show up. And he would be down the left or right field line, whichever we were away or whatever, and he'd watch your swing. And if you were late, every fucking swing you took, you're late. You're just sitting there like, I'm 11. Baseball.
Also, I know.
Yeah, it's like
It was a strike.
yeah, yeah. It's like but every swing for every player, the entire game.
You're late.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't even remember any of these parents being like drinkers or anything. If I could be like, oh, he was out there like 6 beers deep screaming, you're late.
Sure,
like
yeah.
it'd be one thing, but I don't even think it was that. I just think he was, I gotta help these kids and participate, and I'm gonna let them know every swing. You know,
I remember
this,
hearing
that.
parents yell stupid shit like "swing faster." You're like, this guy. Stop giving advice.
Just stuff that doesn't help.
Run faster. All these, these aren't
Be
good.
better.
These aren't good things to shout. All right, what do we got here? Any more? Should we do more cards?
Yeah,
Yeah.
after all this baseball talk, I need a Topps baseball.
Topps archives.
Yeah, that'll go Topps here, up. Yeah, that one. And a beer.
and a beer.
And another beer.
Jeff, could you grab me a Mosaic baseball?
Yeah, these ones.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go freaking F1 then.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Oh,
I don't
those
care.
F1 cards are
I-
fucking trash.
I don't care what everyone says.
Sorry, Topps. Your F1 cards are fucking trash. There's hardly any cards in the pack. We don't know who the fuck these are. Most of the cards are just a picture of a car.
First.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what's going
Now,
on.
is the car named Fernando Alonso?
Who knows? Wouldn't know.
Wouldn't know. Wouldn't care.
All right, I opened a pack of Upper Deck.
Who did you meet? Did you meet Joe Musgrove?
Yeah.
This guy?
Yeah, he's awesome.
Look at this guy.
Big boy, too. And one of the good stories about him is that he plays for the San Diego Padres. He had a huge year for the San Diego Padres. He played in the Goose game, which that big ugly goose was there. He pitched in that. And also he got a little bit of trouble, but also got really famous for doing the Kenny Powers. Strikes him out,
like
and
him
then
now.
he goes like, "You fucking out." So like he kind of incorporated that. But the big claim to fame is that he's from San Diego, and now he's like this big San Diego Padres star. Grew up watching the Padres, huge Tony Gwynn guy, huge Trevor Hoffman
Love a
guy.
hometowner.
So it's perfect. Yeah, it's like just kind of like a nice story.
So I got one from you over here, Jeff. Nice little Julio Rodriguez rookie debut.
That's a beauty.
Yeah.
Look at this Griffey.
Ooh.
Upper deck KGJ, dude.
I love a KGJ.
It's a good looking card. If you're watching and not listening, you can see how pretty this is. If you can't, if you're just listening to us, go over to YouTube. Check us out.
Get those views up.
And thank you for you guys who are just listening. We're trying to make this a little more fun audio podcast and not just visual cards and stuff. And we appreciate the feedback. Thank you.
I also listened to our episode this week, and it's like I listened to last week's episode instead of watching. I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like you were out of the loop because you can't see the cards. I listened to it, so it felt fun.
So I got a couple of cards I want to touch base on here. We got Max Verstappen with the trophy, but with a mask on too. Now my question is, did he wear the mask while driving under his helmet?
That's a COVID cape, actually. And he doesn't need the mask when he's wearing the helmet because it's got the fire mask. That's not a fire mask. That's a COVID mask for sure. But like when they're in the thing, they wear that.
Do you think he's that COVID-y where he's also
No.
wearing the mask?
That'd be
in
insane.
the thing? Hey, you know.
That'd be excessive.
I agree. I wouldn't put it past some people though.
Got COVID at 200 miles an hour driving in your car.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it 200 miles faster than COVID?
That's a good question. Jeff?
Yeah.
Thank you.
COVID. way faster than COVID.
And then we got
I've done the homework.
Lando Norris doing a Lambo leap of sorts, but it's kind of a short wall, and he's kind of like a little far and like not.
Yeah.
It's. I think they just kind of
He's
like
gonna hurt those
touch his
fans.
hips.
Do you guys know the drink that they drink after winning
Milk.
the Indy 5? He knows. That was
Hey,
the answer.
as a milk fan myself, you know, I've always thought, hey, that milk looks pretty good.
I thought
up
that was
there.
just one of
I knew
George's
they
dumb
drank milk
jokes.
sometimes, the champagne other times. I didn't know what specifically why, if it was milk.
That's that at the Indy, I guess. I bet it's other things, other places. I'm sure at the Pepsi 600 or whatever, I'm sure they drink Pepsi.
Oh, yeah.
It's carbonated milk.
You can take prop bets. Do you think the milk will be yellow? Do you think the milk will be
Is
oat?
it raw or
Is it
pasteurized?
Almond milk? Is it? I wonder if you can make options like that, or if they're like, listen, bitch.
Wait, are you looking for?
First car to change a tire.
Shaking up, spraying milk all over everybody. Ah!
Yeah, I wonder if they can choose, like, if one guy's like gluten.
Yeah, because milk's kind of gross.
Lactose
Oh,
and
come
corn.
on.
I like milk, but I'm saying if it's gonna be out in these glass bottles, like it's not. It's hot. It's Indianapolis.
I'm sure they have fridges in
No,
They have
Minneapolis.
I mean, they probably do, but I'm saying they're waiting for the end. They're just kind of getting things ready.
It's been out a little bit, is what you're worried
Even
about.
if it's out for 5 minutes, it's too long.
It tastes like victory.
For
That's
milk.
not a bad.
You want the guy to
point.
drink it?
Yeah, I want it to come straight from the ice chest.
Yeah, me too.
No, but I'm all in on milk.
I think they should just bring a
I'm
cow
all
out
in
there
on milk.
and just milk the cow.
Milk the cow.
Straight cow. dude.
In your
Straight
mouth.
warm milk from the cow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Max
You spray your team with the
Verstappen.
udders. Ah!
He looks like a fucking idiot.
Come on.
Yeah.
He's trying.
Can't even see what he looks like. He's hiding his identity because of Corvid.
Corvid.
Yeah, that disease.
Corvid virus.
What was I gonna say?
My eyeballs itch, boys.
No, but yeah, the fan who came to the show, he said he's like, I wanted to get. He's a trucker, so support the troops. We support the troops here.
Trucker or a troop?
Trucker.
Okay.
All of those kind of things fall under the troops
Okay.
for
yeah.
me.
Thank you for your service.
He did a
yeah, I
ca-
delivered goods from
Yeah.
FedEx.
They did the caravan or whatever, you know,
Okay.
truck strike. Support the troop. But he was like, I wanted to get you some cards and bring them for you. And it's like, that's really nice. But, no. He's like, but, the store didn't have any left. you know, they're expensive too. Like I usually just take them, and I was like, "What do you mean?" he's like, "Yeah, you know, I'm on the."
This guy rules.
He's like,
Well, if you ever need to get rid of some of that evidence, give him our address. You can mail it off the road.
like,
That guy rules.
He's like, I'm on the road a
why
lot.
they're always out.
So I'll go to these stores and I'll just grab a Red Bull and then just like put some cards in my pocket.
Glad you didn't say this guy's name.
Yeah,
This guy rules.
I told him we'll send him a Jax pack.
That
for
is
coming
so
to the show.
funny.
Yeah.
He's like, well, that's not like a real product.
He's like,
It's like
that's
candy
just
bars. You're like, they
cardboard.
sell those too. He's like,
And then
I've been
after-
stealing candy bars also.
After I was like, oh, where's my wallet? It was.
Yeah. Just take stuff,
No.
stick some of your merch.
That was, yeah, my first fan, and then it was like I've never had that, so I was like, the script was flipped. I was like, hey, can I like get a picture with you? Like,
Yeah.
he's like, I'm busy, I gotta go right
I'd
now.
like to prove to people
Yeah,
that this
yeah.
happened. Yeah,
He was a nice guy though.
that's great.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Speaking of
truckers.
nice people, do you have any nice chugs for the week?
Yeah,
Oh,
we gotta-
no, the segment where last
we
week.
gotta-
If you don't know, we started a segment called Chug of the Week or Shotgun of the Week. And the first video was I claimed was going to be impossible or very tough to beat. The guy cracks the beer can on a wolf's tooth
It's
or
a
a
coyote.
wild coyote's tooth.
So this one. It's alligator.
Okay.
Um,
And he hands it off. He doesn't do it himself. He gives it to his buddy. Why aren't they cheering for the guy who did the alligator part?
So that's why it's cool. It has a cool shotgun with the alligator, but you've got to take off points for he didn't do the popping.
Also, that alligator's smaller than the coyote we saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a caiman.
That's what is it? Valor?
Stolen valor.
Yeah, that's stolen valor.
Here's what I think. I'm not sure what the situation is, but it looks like maybe it's a tour guide kind of
I
thing.
think that is the tour
So
guide.
it is. In my eyes, it's a pay for play situation.
Yeah, it's not your kill.
So
all
it's
all
cool.
he had to do was drink it.
It's cool in the video. Like, oh, an alligator, but yeah, I don't think it's as good as the coyote. And
Also, did he crack it? Did you watch this to make sure he cracked it with his
it
hand?
did look like he did. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
You claimed last week that our guy didn't.
I'm pretty sure he didn't.
I did look closer. George was right.
Of course. Important segment. I'm gonna take it seriously.
I don't like you saying
It's an
George is
important
right.
segment.
So I mumbled it. It felt gross in my mouth.
But I'm gonna give this because it's still cool, like an alligator. You're involving nature or whatever. I'm gonna give it a 7.1.
How many views did it get?
Let's see.
I'm giving it 6 Gators out of 10.
Okay.
Got 4,000 likes.
I'm going 5 Gators. I don't like the stolen valor thing. You
Yeah,
have
I've
someone
got
else
going
pop
low.
it for you. Like, no, it doesn't
Giving
work
it
for
4
me.
wolves or 4 coyotes.
Yeah.
4 Coyotes,
Yeah.
5 and 6 Gators.
I'm not mad at him. It is cool.
Yeah.
But if that red guy does it, we
Then
go
it's
up,
yeah,
we go up
yeah.
to 10 coyotes.
Yeah, if that guy
Then
would have
it's in
done
the
it
eights.
himself and I see
Yeah.
this guy,
Yeah.
like, he just watched the Country Riverman do it and he's like, oh, okay, I can try this. Then I have a whole different respect
like
for
if
him
I'm on a
because he's
date with
risking his
Prince
fingers.
Charming.
It's like
And he
yeah.
brings me a rose, that's real beautiful. But if I'm Prince Charming and then he just goes up to the rose guy at the bar, you know, the person that's walking around with the roses and just
Yeah.
hands the rose to me, what are we doing
It's trophy hunting. Like you have the guy, your guide, like do everything for you, set up the shot, and you just have to pull the trigger. It's
Yeah, it's
not
dumb,
as
yeah.
impressive.
That's like how me and Terry fish. He gets it, and then he just hands it to me, and I go, all right.
I didn't realize that was happening to me when I was a little kid. My dad used to take me to the Kentucky Lake and we were fishing for crappie. And all of a sudden I got handed this rod and the guy was like, yeah, here, hold this rod. I'm going to cast this one out.
Yeah.
And I didn't immediately like set the hook or anything. And he's looking at me and he's like, this motherfucking stupid kid doesn't
Yeah.
realize I just handed him a fish.
Terry does that to me
Like,
when I was 38, Terry Bradshaw's At least you're a little kid.
How
I
fun-
got another one. He's going, good job, bub. And I'm like, they didn't earn this at all.
How fun are guided fishing trips with like the guy who really knows what they're doing?
for
though?
sure, man.
It's great. And they,
I've
like,
only been on that.
yeah, hit this spot. This is exactly where you take the boat. This is the bait you use. This is everything. Yeah, those are great times.
Yeah, they know exactly where the fish are sitting. You know,
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
this is where the striper kind of spawn. And then if you don't get anything for 5 minutes, he just drives to a different spot. He knows all these different things. Got technology.
So if you're looking for a family vacation with your kids, load up the car with a bunch of packs of cards to open and a couple beers for you, Dad, while you're driving, because live a little. Get to the lake. Won't be too much traffic. You're going early. You can drink a few. You won't hit anybody. and then meet your guide there and take
Also
your kid
steal
fishing.
some cards.
Yeah,
We've learned
steal
that's-
them if you need to.
We've learned
but
that's easy to get away
it's a little Midwest vacation. That's the way to do it. Memories for a lifetime. I actually remember pulling an Alex Rodriguez card during my fishing trip when I was a kid with Dad way back when. So Kentucky Lake, fun times, fun vacations. Last pack magic time?
I was going to say one last pack.
I want a UFC.
I'll do the UFC also.
Oh, and I get an Alex Rodriguez for the
I'm gonna
memory.
do UFC
Just
too,
for
and
the
that's going to
memory.
do the box.
Thank you.
Can I get some football? You didn't save me any.
We're a little low on cards here. We're
Gonna have to reach out.
need some of our friends.
Well,
right.
they've been busy with the Super Bowl, so I give them forgiveness. Panini had a sweet setup. I saw so many NFL players going in and out of there, doing all these different interviews. Sweet house, like there was all sorts of stuff going on.
All right, I got a Daniel Cormier,
Ooh, DC.
Rob Font,
He has a big fight against my boy Adrian Yanez.
Adrian Yanez, rated rookie,
Oh my God, Adrian Yanez.
and I got Jan Batakovic.
Wakovic.
But this is like some sort of weird
The L is
chrome.
like a W.
It's like a fancy kind of one.
Oh, it's a prism. It's a silver.
You like it?
Ilya Tapuria was my rookie hit over here. So that was the good
I
one
have
of
a
that
Georgian
pack.
friend
I feel like you should have an auto in your pack.
who's a comic whose last name is Tapuria.
Oh, bullshit.
No, I'm serious, man.
You have friends?
No, I'm not bullshitting. man.
Oh, bullshit, bro.
No. I have
Yeah, right.
Tony Ferguson.
Heard of him?
Nice.
I have Tito Ortiz.
His friends call him T-Ferg. Tito Ort. That's what his friends
Tito
call him.
Ord. And to combat your Daniel Cormier, I have John Jones.
I prefer him.
J. Jones.
Prefer the John Jones.
And to wrap it all off, I got a rookie card of the Bear Jew.
John, don't test me, Jones.
The Bear Jew.
But no,
what a
why,
nickname.
why'd you think I had the auto? Are we?
I didn't feel like we hit an auto in this box, but maybe I just am not.
Maybe it was a
thinking
while
of
ago.
it.
It was a Mike needed to open a pack after the fact. You remember? You sent us the text. You're like,
Well, no, that was a different box though.
was it?
That I thought that was the last box. Maybe I blew it.
You didn't blow it.
But you know it did blow it. This Roger Staubach.
Oh!
I don't like Roger Staubach.
Exactly.
Yeah. Get rid of it.
We got to scan.
Put a
He's no Steve Largent.
Cigar.
1 of 1, baby.
Yeah.
I don't even want to pick it up. I'm a
Yeah,
damage.
big
That's
card.
the pull, dude.
Yeah.
I only
pull
have
of the
one
week.
1 of 1 on my PC, and it's a guy I've never heard of in my life. Just a,
no.
Yeah.
Is
just
it
a
on
guy.
the wall? Or
No,
because
it's,
it's,
it's a put in a box of cards. The odds of that guy getting good are ridiculous. Like
Hey.
very unlikely. I mean.
Well, this guy's already a legend.
Yep, and a Hall of Famer.
Love it.
I feel like it's probably your card out of all of us, Jeff.
Also, the only Seahawk to ever wear number 80, except when Jerry Rice played for the Seahawks for a season, he let him borrow the number for a year.
So Jeff's got the old story for it too.
Yeah, that's a good
That's so
card.
sweet.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe.
Yeah.
Tell some friends about it. Send us some cards. Send us some stories.
Thanks to all the
message us.
truckers out there listening.
Thank you for your service to the truckers.
Yeah.
We need you.
He said he's gonna give us a shout out over the CB radio, so I'm
Oh, I
sure we'll be
love
getting a
that.
lot of truck drivers.
Once we hear that.
Yeah. If you get in with the truck drivers, you're in.
I don't
on
think
the
they use
podcast.
CBs anymore. I heard they don't.
Wait, what?
And they don't need them.
They're still on WhatsApp,
What
dude.
would they use? Group me?
Well, they like
Grindr.
used to be because you're out there and there's no way to communicate. But with cell phones and technology, we don't need them no more.
For the nostalgia, I think they still use them.
I wish they would.
Let's get one for the studio.
That would be cool.
I have one.
A
Bring
truck
it in.
driver?
Yeah, and there's nobody on there to talk to.